Justice League Red, issue 4, Saladin Ahmed writing with Clayton Henry on the art. So, I mean, this is coming together. You know, more of our team members are getting involved. This is obviously a lot more focused on Red Canary and her waking up. We find out she was investigating why people were going missing on college campuses, and that got her into this, you know, the whole cult of blood and father blood and all that stuff.
The blood tabernacle.
The tabernacle, yes. That word that I'm never going to remember. So, you know, Red Tornado's explaining some of this stuff to her, and like, hey, yeah, you unleashed like some sort of the red, like this red energy. Now they're talking about the red as an animal man. The red, I'm not sure. Doesn't seem like it, but
no, because you know, we still got the green. I haven't heard about the red in a minute, right? Because we haven't really had Animal Man or Vixen, right? Like Vixen's been in Birds, but nothing about the, you know, that. So I wonder if this is just something new.
It seems like it to me, but yeah,
personified with that color, you know, regardless.
Yeah, but obviously he takes it to the other team members. Deadman is not talking to them, and they do acknowledge, aren't you usually invisible? But he can't speak, so he's just kind of sitting there in this scene, and then he's got on for the rest of the issue because the others all get their mission to go off. But they basically reveal here that Red Tornado's like given up his body, and they see his head on a table with all the parts. And they see that he's basically repurposed all the parts of himself that were supposed to keep him kind of human and like think like a human being into just more data, like processing parts so that he can do more stuff. And they're like, oh, this is wild. This is why you're acting so kind of cold about everything. But he reiterates that Black Adam needs to be stopped because he's going to do a thing that's going to lead to this apocalypsification of Earth. And that's a word they use in the book. I didn't make that up.
Yes.
So the whole thing here is that Black Adam is going to ultimately start taking over worlds to consume them for more power, and eventually he's going to try and take on Darkseid and lose, and it's going to lead to this future that he's terrified of. And when he gives all the data that he's got on this to Cyborg and Power Girl, they're like, yeah, we kind of concur. This is a clear line of causality. Like, we kind of have to stop him. Now, we're not going to assassinate him, which is clearly what Red Tornado is kind of implying, but we'll go and have a chat. We'll go and have a talk with Black Adam and see how it's going. And Red Canary is just kind of like, you know what? I'll join in. Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand what's going on here, but I'll join in. And Baz is like, yeah, I don't understand either. I do cars. This is all a bit too confusing for me. But if you two are saying it's a good idea, then yeah, let's go do this. So I appreciated this kind of back and forth quite a bit. I do think the cut to them just being in Kandak already, throwing punches, did feel a little bit abrupt to me. That was the one thing.
I would have liked a discussion amongst the group being like, do we trust Red Tornado actually? Right? Because he's almost too far gone. You know, that would have been a little bit nice. But I guess when the world's at stake from the, you know, ruler of Kahndaq, I guess you gotta move swiftly because it says, you know, the Palace of Kahndaq an hour later.
Yeah, they move quick. So they beat up some of his guards and stuff, and then Black Adam shows up and is like, why shouldn't I crush you for stepping into my home, blah, blah, blah. And, well, he does, basically. He wins. He beats them all. That's what the next several pages are.
Yeah.
And it's the last chunk of the book is him just beating all of the Justice League Red team members. Although he does acknowledge that after he puts down everyone else, Red Canary rushes at him, and he acknowledges that he can sense some great power in her that could probably move mountains if she knew how to wield it. But he knocks her out still because fundamentally she's not able to do that yet. But does acknowledge and tease this idea that she has some great power in her that's going to be a big deal. So yeah, the final page of the book is just Black Adam standing triumphant over all of the members knocked out. Well, technically Baz isn't knocked out. Baz is just cowering on the floor because he basically hit him with fear, basically.
Yeah. From like the staff of Anubis thing, and it's the power of fear itself. And yeah, he looks like he's having a bad trip. You know, Baz ain't okay. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell's Deadman gonna do. Right? He's quiet. I mean, he hasn't been the Deadman that we're, you know, not that we know him well, but as far as we know him, it has not been Deadman. You know,
something's afoot there. They're clearly making us think about it. They're saying, "Hey, it's Dead Man," but they can see him, but he's also not talking, and that's it for now. So clearly, there's going to be more to that once they get to revealing it.
Because I half expect how this goes off. It says ghosts and machines. I'm wondering if Dead Man's going to possess Black Adam here, right? This was part of a distraction. You know, like, can he even do that because of how strong Adam is, right? With all of the, you know, his Shazam stuff. But
I do not know.
Yeah, he's oddly absent here. So, but yeah, the whole ritual thing of him trying to absorb the power of the planet to also, you know, to fight Darkseid or whatever. I was like, this took an awfully weird turn to hear, especially with this kind of KO, right? Where we have to get the King Omega type thing too.
To be fair, it does give you an editor's note at one point. It says, yeah, for more in this like pursuit of like becoming a champion, like CKO, but I don't really see how this fits into that, honestly, in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't. Yeah, very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my main complaint is that the last chunk feels a bit rushed. Like they were rushed to get to this cliffhanger and this action of them failing to. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad they failed. Black Adam should be one of the toughest people to fight in the DCU, so that makes sense. Unless The Rock's playing him, in which case he should be put down like a
he's easily he's easily managed by just people not seeing him.
Yes, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe, everyone. Actual Black Adam's quite high up there, but not so much movie Black Adam.
Yeah. Nope.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I still quite enjoyed the first like half or so of this book. Like all of the building up of who Red Canary is, the building up of them debating what to do, and like it's effectively kind of accepting to some extent that they are Justice League Red, and that this is going to be a thing. Like, I actually was digging that well enough. Like, I was kind of, I'm kind of into this. It's a nice, pleasant time, and I like that these characters are getting a bit of a spotlight. I'm curious to learn more about this new character, Red Canary. I mean, again, yeah, we saw her briefly appear in, like, Beast World or whatever it was, but this is obviously different than that. So, I'm still digging what the book's doing overall, but this conclusion definitely felt a bit rushed. I will also say I am feeling a little bit of a pattern here of going back to Red Tornado. He talks for a bit, and then we go out to fight something. Come back to Red Tornado, we talk for a bit, we go back to fight something, which isn't inherently a bad thing. It's just that it's feeling a little bit simplistic,
formulaic.
Yeah. So we'll see if things shake up once they have more of a context about what's going on. But I do suspect Red Tornado has hidden some truth from them yet again about what the true plan is here.
The fact that we get to his full form is this, kind of how you see like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz when they go to the witch, kind of torn apart.
I was thinking Ash and Alien. Once he's been dismantled and his head's on the table. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like that. And I don't know if just growing up watching The Terminator, I just don't trust androids and robots. So I just feel like we can't trust Red Tornado now because he's given up his humanity. Like the things that made him human, he gave that up to be more of a processing, just to stop all of this. And I just don't trust AI.
I think my guess here is that this is all a ploy to make Black Adam join the team somehow. Like, this is about convincing Black Adam he needs to be on the team, but I don't know like how we get there. But I mean, we'll see, I guess. But definitely, good things in here, but definitely a bit more rushed towards the end. And I think that's a fair complaint to make. And Henry's art is what it is. It's not too bad on the head front. I don't necessarily love it though. It's kind of just okay. It's fine for my taste.
Yeah, there was nothing on here that made me like wince. And there's some really good action stuff. I do like the stuff in Kahndaq. I feel like the action sequences go on, and he does some fun stuff. Like at one point, Cyborg has like tank treads, right? And he's mowing down some of the guards in Kahndaq. So there's some fun stuff there. And then Black Adam with their kryptonite sword to take out Power Girl. I thought that was, a bit much, but at least it looks cool, Yeah. So
I mean, as always, it's mostly his faces that I'm not that hot on. Like his Black Adam face, for example, I'm not super into it. It doesn't feel exactly how I picture Black Adam typically, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, nothing too deep to add to that. What are you giving Justice League Red, Matt?
I'm gonna give this a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go 6.5. Just kind of similar range. Just, it's decent to, and there's things in it that I think are good, but there's enough there that isn't completely hitting for me that I'll say it's just not quite hitting the good mark.